Hey y'all. You can't tell me that baseline ain't hard, first of all. That baseline go hard. But hello, I am Dana D, and you are tuning into Bush Tea. I ain't even lie to y'all. I am nervous. My heart is beating a little fast. Because this is the first official episode. And I still, trying to figure this thing out. So bear with me. But I think it's going to go great. We'll see how it goes. So, yeah, this is the first official episode of Bush Tea. And I'm just going to talk about myself. Exciting, right? Yes, I know. Yes, not along. Exciting. So, I'm a recent graduate from TSU. I graduated with a liberal arts degree with a concentration in music. We'll talk about that much later down the road. I was raised in Nassau, Bahamas. And I have lived in Tennessee since July of 2013. It's been a minute since I've been here, and I love tea. All the tea. Lipton tea, um, herbal teas, bush tea, but I love all the teas, which heavily influenced the name of this podcast. Um, I just had this idea in the middle of my last semester of school, which was technically the summer of 2019, maybe around June, July. I was like, a podcast would be cool for me to do. I maybe thought of a YouTube channel or something. I don't know. When I introduced the idea to my friends, they were like, this is perfect for you. This is a nice platform. And I was like, okay, we gonna roll with it. We gonna roll with it. So I believe for this podcast, I would like to work on expressing myself, expressing my opinions, expressing the opinions of others, bringing people on to talk about certain topics, sharing my thoughts, learning different things, and having fun, cracking jokes, all of that. I have a lot of ideas, but I do believe it will take time to add them into the podcast, different segments, certain themes, but all of that will take time because this is the first episode. Yes. So let's kind of catch up with what's been going on in my life. So, as you all know, we are currently kind of in a quarantine. And nobody saw this coming. Nobody saw this coming in 2020 at all. And we just kind of all sitting here, like trying to figure out our next steps in life. Like, what will happen when this is over? When will it be over? So many questions we don't know. And it's kind of forcing us all to sit down and like reflect on our work ethic and what's going on in our heads. I know for me personally, I'm kind of looking back and being like, wow, all those things you said you were going to do, I know you wish you kind of did them. And I know there's other people out there that feel similar to that. So, in hindsight, did I say that right? Probably not, but it's okay. Um, just sitting here thinking when this is over, how much we will be on our grind and will be committed to doing things, because you just never know when you won't be able to do them anymore. Because I'm sure none of us imagine, like, oh, well, motherfucker, I can't go outside. What? I can't see my friend. Or, like, for me, I want to send a lot of emails to people and meet up with them, and I want them to tell me to do what to do in my life. But now is not the time to send an email and be like, hi, my name is Dana, and I am, like, no, ma'am, we're all trying to figure out our life. This is not a good time. So this is definitely something that nipped me in the butt and put me on my game. Because here I am finally recording my podcast, not under the circumstances I would have liked. I also, if you're watching from YouTube, I also would have I would have liked to look way cuter than I do right now. But it's okay. But yeah, let's talk about post grad life and how I don't know what I'm doing. So I graduated August 10th of 2019. Turn up because the girl did not think she's gonna make it. That's another episode. But I graduated and I got a car. That was my first car. I got a full-time job. Well, recently I moved up to full-time about a month ago. And, on the outside, that looks really great. And I am thankful for those blessings. However, I'm still conflicted on what I'm supposed to be doing. I originally started college as a music education major, instrumental mainly. So I learned all the instruments. I could play all the brass and wooden instruments. Boom. That's a nice thing to put like in my dating app bio, I guess. But over time, I lost the fire I had for music, and that was a scary, scary thing for me. I've played the flute since I was 9 years old, and that was like most of my life, music. Played the keyboard, sang in the church choir, you know what I'm saying? Like all of the above. And then my junior year hit, and I was like, I was like, something don't feel right, something ain't sitting right in my spirit. And I changed my major right then and there. I was like, I'm about to graduate, this is crazy. But I changed my major to why I don't even remember. Well, that tells you how important it was to me. Anyway, I changed my major, and at that point, I was definitely like, well, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Right now, the goal is to get out of school and leave the stress alone because I don't know. And here I am today, trying to adjust to adult life, trying to understand what it is to pay bills and how to socialize outside of a college student environment. If you don't know me, I am an introvert. I I don't want to say I'm an extroverted introvert. I'm only extroverted when I need to be. But I am extremely introverted. Like this, the social distancing thing has been my life since I was like 12. I don't know. So this has been kind of cool for me. I'm thriving. I'm glowing just a little bit. But I also noticed it's been a little difficult for me socializing outside of college now that I'm a graduate because most of my friends are still in school. We're maybe a year apart, even a couple months, but they're still in school. They're still busy. They still have classes. They still have projects and all this stuff. But they also still have those events related to college organizations that they could participate in. And you kind of, I mean, other people don't. Because there's definitely been times like, ain't that my graduate? Why you still coming to our stuff? But I personally don't feel that comfortable going to MTSU events anymore. Not as much. At least I'll go to like one or two and show my face and like, hey, hi, oh my gosh, hi. But it still feels weird because I'm not there anymore. I'm not there every day. I'm not there on campus. I'm not there in the stew and the KC, and I don't know what's going on. So it's this awkward place because that's all I've known for the past 4 years, and all of a sudden it's like, you kind of don't belong here anymore. And you're like, oh, okay. So I'm going to admit right here on the podcast, I'm lonely sometimes, just a little bit. Not like the loner lonely, like I lose in my mind, but just I have moments where I'm like, dang, I'm really not in school anymore, and I don't have any like adult friends. I mean, we're all young adults, but I don't have any friends that are outside of college right now, and it's been a hard time adjusting to that. As a music major, so for most of my college career, I took like 10 plus classes. So I don't know what it is to socialize, to be honest with you. 10 plus classes, not hours, for those who are trying to correct me, classes. And that kept me occupied, like from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., sometimes 9:15 p.m. on a regular school day. I was in class, I was practicing, I was in ensembles, I was in a private lesson. I had gen ed classes and I had homework, and and then on top of that, when the Caribbean Student Association on campus, turn up, represent, started becoming more active, maybe like the beginning of my sophomore year was like our first year being an active organization. But I became more involved in that. So on top of balancing all those 20,000 classes, I was an involved member in this organization, and there was just no time time. No time. My only time to myself really was when I went to sleep and took a shower. And every other time I was either CSA, or private lesson, music class, ensemble credit, going to a concert, private lessons. Oh, jury coming up. Oh, this, oh, that. So it just hasn't been a thing. I also struggle sometimes with social anxiety. It's definitely gotten better over the years, thank goodness. There'll definitely be a segment on this podcast called Dana's Awkward Story of the Day because I have so much just dealing with my social anxiety and the funny situations I get put into. But it's weird. It's weird out here in these streets. And I don't want to say it gets easier, but I'm still working through it and learning and growing from it. So I guess my main point would be being a student all my life. All of a sudden I'm just out here and I don't know what to do. And I'm sure there are other people that feel this way. But they ain't in my circle. So if you aren't, if you feel that way, connect with me because I'm really trying to figure out what's going on. And on top of the being outside of school, you kind of compare yourself to other people who are outside of school. Like a few other people who graduated, whether it was the same like month in August or the same year as me, class of 2019, they are doing big old things. And I'm like, I work for aftercare and I don't know what career path I want to take. They're doing real big things. I'm like, dang, what did I do? What did I miss? You know, and comparison can be one of the greatest, what do I want to say? Comparison can be one of the greatest things to take away joy. Like, we are not all made to go on the same path. That's not a thing. And it's difficult to not compare, especially when it's in your face with social media. And I'm happy for them and proud of them, but at the same time, I'm like, dang, Dana, you ain't doing nothing. And that's something that I do need to nip in the butt. So yeah, we're working on that too. There's self-doubt and it can be very discouraging, but success looks different for everybody. And if there is something that you feel like you want to do and you're not doing it, do it. I don't know what else to say about that. We can definitely, this is me calling myself out, we can definitely jump on things. You want to accomplish something, go try it, go do it. At this point, Dana, you have nothing to lose. We have, well, some of us have some stuff to lose, but in a way, we don't have anything to lose. We're trying new things. But nevertheless, I am still thankful for this job, even though I'm not enjoying it 100% right now, I will admit it. I have a full-time job out of school, and it's not even in a field I studied in school. So, good for me. I do have loving friends who do support me and check on me and make sure I'm okay and tell me to get out the house when I've been in the house too long. Thank you, Mallory. And I have a loving family at home who calls and checks on me and makes sure, hey, are you okay? Do you need money? My favorite question. Even though I say no. Do you need anything? Those people are important and you should keep them near and dear to you. And I think that's all I really have to say for this episode. Like I said, there will be more to come. Like a lot more, especially because we're stuck home right now. And I have nothing else to do. But there's a lot more to come, not just with this podcast, but in my life. I feel that big things are coming. And with this new perspective on my work ethic and what I can do and should do with the time that I have, I will become unstoppable. And that is one thing that I do admire about myself. What I do admire about myself is my resilience and my consistency when I'm in it. I've had a spirit of laziness since graduating, and I'm just like, logging around. I don't really want to do anything. But I honestly feel after this little quarantine thing, oof, we unstoppable. We coming back. We coming back for blood. That sounds so violent. Oh my goodness. Coming back for cookies. So I don't know. But we're coming back strong, and I'm really excited for what opportunities will come my way and how I will take advantage of those opportunities. But yeah, this is not the finish line. I barely at the start line, I ain't gonna lie. We just reaching to the stadium. I ain't put on no track clothes or nothing yet. And it's not a race. This is not a race. My favorite quote, well, I have a lot of favorite quotes, but I forgot which India Arie song it is. But she says, life is a journey, not a destination. It's a constant journey. We're constantly striving for something. And I reached, child, let me kick my shoes off and enjoy the breeze. No, we're constantly going for something, and that's something to be motivated by, for sure. And also, everything is not perfect. Everything is not perfect. Another quote, teehee, I love quotes. I don't remember who said this, but perfection is the enemy of progress, and that is strong. Because one reason, and I'm kind of flip-flopping all over the place, but that's okay. We're going to learn to get better at that. One reason I kind of delayed the production of my podcast was I don't have the right lighting. I don't have the right microphone. Oh, my microphone, I don't know how to set it up. Or I don't know. It was a constant, I don't know. And you won't know what you need to fix or what you need to improve on until you do it. If there is nothing to improve, how you gonna know there's improvements needed? So man, just told myself off again. Perfection is the enemy of progress, guys. Remember that. And yeah, things are only permanent if we allow it to be. So yeah, that's all I got to say for this episode. If you made it this far, bless your soul, bless your heart, all of that. So yeah, I'm signing off. So you can follow me on _BushT. That's on Instagram. And if you look up BushT on SoundCloud, I'm on there too. We're also available on Spotify. BushT. And you can search up I am Dana D and it should come up, or you can just type in BushT. And yeah, stay tuned. We got a lot more things coming for real. I'm excited. I was nervous to do this episode, but we're at the end and I'm really excited for what's coming up next. So yeah, thank you for listening, and I'll see you